Hello, and welcome to a very late top 25 songs of 2019, or as I'd like to say, for the real reason of this video, my favorite 25 songs of 2019. Now, I know it's,
25 days after the start of 2020,
I just want to do this for practice. I've done this every year. This, I think, is my 4th or 5th year, and I normally do them written, but since I'm trying to do some video stuff, I figured I'd do this. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with my honorable mentions. We have Grim from Wiki featuring Lil Ugly Mane and Denzel Curry. On My Own from Jaden featuring Kid Cudi. And Jesus is the One. Jesus is the One from Zach Fox and Kenny Beats. At number 25, we got Make It Better from Anderson .Paak featuring Smokey Robinson. This song to me is a great amalgamation of just romance and longing for someone that you once had and things aren't where they should be. It's a song that reminisces of the cupcake stage in a relationship to where this couple is now in a spot that is less than ideal and they want to get back to where they were and really work to what made them first fall in love. And I think it's a truly beautiful song from one of the best singer-songwriters coming up right now in Paak. At number 24, we have Circles from Post Malone. Now, this is not the greatest song ever written by any means. It wears all of its influences on sleeve like all of Post Malone's tattoos. It is clearly inspired by some old 70s indie rock from like Fleetwood Mac and artists along those lines, but it's infectious. It is as about infectious as it can be. It is a song that you can have on in the background, doing whatever the hell you want, no questions asked, and you're just going to be doing a little jig while you listen to it. Just having some fun. It's a fun little pop song, It's what pop music is today in its most pure form. And it's fun. At number 23, we have the best song of her career in Paper Rings from Taylor Swift. Now, the rock-inspired, up-tempo, pump-up jam style to it is so infectious that I feel like I can't get... When you listen to it, you want to get up. You want to do some square dancing. You want to find the nearest person in your life, in this case, my beautiful girlfriend, whose picture will be right here, and just grab her by her hands and just dance around and have some fun. It's just so infectious and so happy and just makes you want to love. And it's kind of the opposite of number 25 of Make It Better, because this song is very much so what it feels like to be in the cupcake stage of a relationship. At number 22, we have Arrow from Tisa Korean. This song to me is very reminiscent of that mid-2000s, you'd listen to this at a middle school dance, Pop Lock It, Drop It. I Know You See It. It's very reminiscent of old crunk style Southern rap. It is just, that beep, 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 beep. Like when you listen to it, you gotta, warm up your shoulders a little bit. You gotta get
get a little motion in the ocean for something,
And it's just perfect dumb fun. It's about as fun can get. At number 21, we have Crystal Cage from Gabriel Black, one of my favorite up-and-coming artists. This song is sad boy crooning at its finest. It just feels like this cry for help of someone being entrapped in fame and not having focused on themselves properly. Whenever you hear these stories about successful people getting into not finding any sort of happiness in where they're at because they didn't focus on their own health, it is, as he says, a crystal cage. It's pretty, but you're still trapped. And to me, it's this ballad of someone who's already reflecting on that. Someone who isn't necessarily super famous yet, but already recognizes that this is a problem for people of his style of music, of sad boy crooning that has taken the lives of so many people. Not saying that he's suicidal, but it's the ideals that come with fame and someone not focusing on themselves. And the ballad behind it is very heart-wrenching and almost a cry for help but at the same time has this small glimmer of hope in it, especially you hear at the end. At number 20, we have Dominic Fike's Phone Numbers. Dominic Fike was an artist that really came out of my radar last year and made me fall in love with him almost instantaneously. The only reason I picked this over Three Nights is because Phone Numbers just has this certain character to it. It's hard to describe, but when you listen to it, it feels very in its own world. Like, I can't imagine any other artist making this kind of song that is just this great blend of pop, rap, and it coming together in a way that's so stylistically different, but in and of the same, that is very unique in what makes Dominic Fike as enticing and exciting as he is. At number 19, I have Pink Towel from
Silo Nasra.
Silo has one of the best voices I've heard in a very, very long time. It's this mix of this serenation that comes with a rasp to it in a way. It's hard to describe, but it's a very unique sound. And the stripped back instrumentation of this song in particular allows for his vocals to shine even more. It is a beautiful song, and I'm so excited to see what 2020 and his future brings, because I feel like it makes me excited for what 2020 has to bring with him, because this is the second time he's made it on my list. At number 18, I have Dead of Night from Orville Peck. I don't like country music that much, but I am also a fan of that kind of dive bar, very run down feeling that comes with a song like this. It is very much so something I could hear a guy behind a cage playing when there are 70 drunkards just running around throwing bottles at it. Like, it's very much so this beautiful country music that captures a heavy soul with it, of someone that is just trying to find their place in the world. And when you look back at an artist like Orville Peck, you can clearly see why. And to me, it is the perfect introduction song to someone like Orville Peck. If you don't like country music now, like kind of how it was back in the old day, give Orville Peck a try. This song specifically will make you a fan. At number 17, we have Angel from Phineas, who, in researching the song, I did not know was Billie Eilish's brother. This to me is a song in a million years I could never imagine someone who makes the music for Billie make for himself. It's very much so the other side of the coin, whereas Billie's music is very
downbeat, bare, sad. To this
beautiful ballad of just pure love of
finding someone that you swear is too good to be true, too perfect for this world, is a literal angel in disguise, as he says, and it's so just beautiful in the production as it grows and gets this point of this
bombastic,
just you finally get the person and your heart just explodes with love. Is so infectious and feels so wonderful and warm, and it's so good. So good. At number 16, we have Beeman from Cousin Stiz. Stiz has been one of my favorite rappers for a very long time, and this song is kind of the coup de grace of what he can do. This song to me is what makes Stiz as popular to me as he should to everyone else. It is very much so like a introspective look on himself, where he's at in his life and the successes he's had, but making sure he's okay. To keep chasing his dreams but not let him slip and fall. The fact that he's able to communicate this in a way that makes it seem like he's a warm, welcoming person in his life, and you could find solace in him as an individual, is very reminiscent of early Kid Cudi. Or let me rephrase that, Kid Cudi in general. That to me is kind of like where, if Kid Cudi was more so a rapper, this is kind of where he'd be at. At 15, I have 50/50 from Toro y Moi featuring Insupendo. This is the most ethereal song I've heard all year. A very low just groove comes along with the song that just finds its way to pop up every few moments, that kind of just gives you this dreamlike essence of as if you're floating in the middle of a void, just being entranced and just swarmed around this blanket of love and beauty that everything comes together with. And Toro's voice is just so angelic to go along with it, that it's a very warm, comforting feeling at the end of it, and is a journey in and of itself. At number 14, I have Faith from Bon Iver, which in my opinion is the most Bon Iver song Bon Iver could ever make. The song to me reminds me of as if you were trying to figure out your place in life. recognizing the person you are at the moment is not the person you're going to be tomorrow or the person you were yesterday. And having faith on focusing in the now to make sure you're going to be right when it's all said and done. And is what makes Bon Iver to me as special as they are. And what made their album I my favorite album of last year. And the songs like this just cement them in a place in my heart so much that I'm so glad that a band like Bon Iver, for as experimental and off the walls at times as they can seem with the production, will bring it back to the stripped vocalization and kind of just put it all on the table of what they've been working on for the past decade. And this is them at their best, in my opinion. At 13, we have I Don't Want to Know from Charlie XCX. Pop will sound like this in 10 years. I'm calling it right now. This very much so vibe of, you know how when you were on Tumblr back in the day and those songs started becoming popular of like, it's 3 a.m., you're in the bathroom at a party and this is playing outside? That's the song right here. It has this quality as if you have a wall up, and it's just this echo that is so groovy and just makes your body feel like warm and just, all like want to touch your curves and kind of like it's sexy, but at the same time sweet. And it's this perfect combination of pop and in ways R&B and kind of a bit of soul. It just all comes together in this very groovy, sweet track. At number 12, we have Blinding Lights from The Weeknd. Now, it was either going to be this or Heartless. Both of these songs, it could be interchanged out, but I think Blinding Light tips out Heartless just a bit because of the fact, to me, Blinding Lights is as if you snorted a shit ton of coke and walked down the Las Vegas Strip, which I'm pretty sure is what he does in the video. It's just so, like, just so, just that, like, the 70s synth is just so heavy and it just oozes with character and swag, and just, it's like, I'm sweating thinking about how exciting the song is. And if this is the angle that he's going into for his new album, I'm going to find my nearest coke dealer just so I can experience that at its fullest. At number 11, we have Bitch Ass from Pell, which is one of the most fresh sounding songs on this entire list, in my opinion. It's very much so kind of what I feel like an old school Chance song would have sounded like, with very plucky instrumentations and kind of that like flow that Chance kind of had back in the day. And it's clear that Pell takes inspirations from Chance, and the song sounds like something that could have came back from an old tape. But there's also a certain aspect to it that Pell brings of this swagger, this someone who's been here before and does it just in the right way to make the song so much fun and just to feel good. It's a good feel good song. At number 10, I have Dearly Departed from Brockhampton, which is arguably their most crushing song they've ever made. Ginger in and of itself was a very introspective album for the entire group, dealing with their emotions being all on their sleeves, and this song in particular showcases that to its fullest extent. You have each one of these guys sounding like there's a studio, they walk right in, they just spit their entire heart out and then walk right out. At the end, Dom, even when he recollects back in the day of what Amir had done to him and his crew, just has this anger, this vitriol, this hatred, and it boils over, and you could just feel this weight come off his shoulders. Comes off all their shoulders as they are able to get their hearts out in a way that I feel like they could have never done on Saturation, on Iridescence. It's the perfect song to describe what makes Ginger as great as it is, because it is not the Brockhampton from years ago. It's this new group, but they've become so much better for what they've gone through. At number 9, I have Hot from Young Thug featuring Gunna. I love anthems. I think they are some of the most exciting, fun, kind of get you on the edge of your seat type of music there is. And the song with the marching band element to it and Wheezy's kick-ass instrumentation, all of it just comes together in this very, like, you're going to grab your staff, whatever the band leader has, and just over and over. It's this very anthemic, like, this needs to be played at the Super Bowl at some point in time. This is the perfect song for a stadium. It is so infectious and fun, and it's so good. At number 8, I have Earthquake from Tyler, the Creator. This is what makes Igor, to me, his best work yet, because it is a song that goes through so many different phases, from this, plucky pianos to this high-pitched baby voice of Tyler's coming together, just snowballing into a piano break with Playboi Carti's vocals coming in, and then just this final explosion of someone rocking his entire world that he's messed up and he just wants them back. And it's just Tyler at his absolute best, production, vocally, lyrically, everything comes together to make this the perfect Tyler song, and it works so well. And number 7, I have Sanctuary from Joji. This is the perfect growth pattern to see from someone like him. When he first started out from that very bedroom kind of droney type, it was boring music, to when he came out with songs like Slow Dancing in the Dark. Had a little bit more up tempo, but this song, Sanctuary, finally comes up to where it's like you get to see his journey, and it feels better mentally, and it's just a lot more fun. And it's a perfect song to sing to your boo. I mean, come on. It is so sweet, and his vocals are just so laid back and beautiful and angelic. Just everything about this complements the track so perfectly, and it makes it so feel good, and I love it for that. At number 6, we have Giannis from Freddie Gibbs and Madlib with Anderson .Paak, which is the flip side of Blinding Lights. The song is also making me want to do coke, but instead of necessarily doing it, I also want to slang it, because this song is fucking fantastic. This is where everyone is just at their best. Madlib's production, Anderson's features and vocals, and yeah, oh my gosh, Freddie's verses just prove why he should be considered a top 5 right now. It makes me feel like I'm in a warehouse in the middle of Miami with coke everywhere, and I have AK-47, so I'm just spraying along because I'm trying to get my money back. It just is this so energetic and boss ass song, and it's so good. At number 5, I have Peach from Kevin Abstract. At number 5, I have Peach from Kevin Abstract. Had I known going into this song that it would have had Dominic Fike, Joba, and Bareface all singing on it, already would have been this high. But the fact that it all comes together to make so much beauty all behind it, and this longing sense of looking back to where something was in the past, but kind of being filled with childhood wonderment. And it also has that carefree element to it of just a summer vibe. You feel free, you feel happy. Like, it's such a conflicting feeling song that I feel like fits so many different moods perfectly. You can listen to it when you're sad, you can listen to it when you're happy, and get 2 different styles of songs out of it. And I feel like when you have songs like that, it is so rare, but it's what makes the best songs, because they can be listened to at any time, at any volume, and you get just as much out of it. And number 4, I have My Favorite Fish from Gus Dapperton. It's bedroom pop at its finest. It's sweet, it's cute, it's plucky. Everything about it is just so warm and fuzzy, and makes you feel what love should feel like. This very just in your heart happiness of like, just so beautiful. And also the instrumentation has so much character to it, like plucky guitars, which I normally hate. I think they're annoying. But for some reason, just add that much more character to this entire song. It just makes it so much fun and sweet. And I just want to lay in bed with my girlfriend and just listen to it on repeat, because it just makes me feel that way. It makes me feel as if I'm laying in bed, covers up, it's raining outside, and we're both so cozy, and it's just so sweet and wonderful. At number 3, I have You Weren't Enough from Roy Blair. This song holds a specific spot in this high regard for a detail that has pulled me in, and it's the sample. Every once in a while, I will get a song that has that one sample in it that just pulls me automatically into this special place that very few songs do. The only other ones are Mama from Kendrick Lamar and Fear from Kendrick Lamar. It's a very specific old soul sample that is able to be pulled and fits so beautifully in this track. And it's this retro feeling like it came from the early 2010s, but also sounds like something that we've yet to hear. And it's all comes together with this heartfelt, sweet, beautiful track that I can't wait to see where he goes next. At number 2, I have Lucky from Choker. Choker is my favorite singer right now. He comes together with this very laid back, stripped bare instrumentation to just let his voice shine. His voice is the perfect instrument for everything. And I feel like what makes a good pop, what makes a good R&B, any type of song that has a singer, the voice is an instrumentation. And for someone to have as beautiful and gorgeous and lush and just sweet a voice as Choker's, it just stands above so many others. And this song in particular is so amazing. The first half of it being stripped with just a simple guitar and Choker's voice carrying it along is just so sweet and beautiful. And then the fact that it just, continuously grows, more instruments are thrown in, and the vocals start to become a bit more warped. It leads to this big, bombastic ending. Is so amazing and just mind-blowing at times that I want to cry. It is so great, fantastic. Please listen to Choker more. He needs more fans. At number 1, I have Mile High from James Blake with Travis Scott and Metro Boomin. This takes me to a very specific place that no other song has taken me before. It takes me to a vision as if I was driving down the middle of the road at night, street lights coming about me, and I'm in this very ethereal plane of just nothingness. It is a void, but it is so beautiful. And it's so just it's just this beautiful production that comes in. Travis Scott's vocals, Blake's vocals, everything just warps together in this potion of bliss and sadness and happiness. And it's such a weird feeling listening to this song because I can't pinpoint exactly how I feel about it other than I absolutely love it. It is one of my favorite songs of all time. It is so beautiful and perfect and just makes me feel like I'm swimming in this cloud of joy and ease and relaxed, like everything's okay. And it's, this mind state that I'm put in is so amazing and so perfect. That'll do it for my top 25 songs of 2019. I'm glad you guys got to watch this. Sorry it took me so long to make it, but I got it done. And hopefully my ramblings, shoddy quality of this video is decent enough that I can scrounge something out of this. And then in 2021, when I release my 2020 list, it's a lot better. So thank you all. Have a wonderful day.